Thanks for listening to the Woodward Podcast Network. Check out more shows by searching for us on Spreaker or wherever you catch your podcasts. The Woodward Podcast Network with Krupka Dental Associates.
This is Dr. John Krupka with Krupka Dental. Orthodontics is more than creating a beautiful smile. We provide ortho and airway evaluations which can reveal developmental and behavioral issues. Orthodontic treatment is now faster, more comfortable, and effective than ever before. Visit KrupkaDental.com.
And 62 degrees. Good evening. I'm Jonathan Kraus with the WHBY Evening News. Wisconsin adds another 2,770 new cases of COVID-19 today. That increases the weekly average to 2,651 cases a day. The positivity rate also rose to 8.7%. There were 19 more deaths reported today, raising the statewide total to 8,092. Winnebago County had 2 deaths. Waupaca County had 1. Brown County added another 188 new cases today. Outagamie County was up by 90. Winnebago County saw 77 new cases, while Calumet County had 25. ThedaCare is now scheduling appointments for coronavirus booster shots. Third doses of the Pfizer vaccine will be available to high-risk patients first. That would include those being treated for cancer, organ transplant recipients, and those on immunotherapy treatments. The Pfizer vaccine is the only one approved for booster shots and cannot be provided to those that got initial doses of the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson versions. An estimated 400 Afghan refugees will be resettled in 6 cities across Wisconsin, including 3 in the Fox Valley. Reporter Bill Wise has more.
The refugee coordinator at Wisconsin's Department of Children and Families says refugees will end up in Appleton, Green Bay, Madison, Milwaukee, Oshkosh, or Wausau. Those cities are already home to refugee resettlement agencies, and they have the resources needed to help the people coming into this country. Not all the refugees settling in Wisconsin will come from Fort McCoy. Bill Wise, Wisconsin Radio Network.
You can check out a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Oshkosh this weekend. The 80% scale memorial will be on display at the Sunnyview Expo Center through noon on Sunday. Sons of the American Legion Squadron 70, Sergeant at Arms Mike Bennett says those listed on the wall deserve to be honored.
It's not just for military, we want to pay our respects to the veterans, but it's also an education for the kids. This is something that is talked about in schools, but they may not see it. And it's amazing when you can see it, touch and feel it, and come talk with other veterans.
The Vietnam Wall replica last visited Oshkosh in 2016. A Hortonville man is accused of trading child pornography on the Internet. A federal grand jury indicts Jeffrey Wagner on 2 counts of possession and receipt of child porn. According to the indictment, Wagner traded illegal images with an undercover officer in March of this year. He faces up to 30 years in prison if convicted. A Town of Lawrence man accused of secretly filming a teenage girl is heading to trial. A federal magistrate finds there is enough evidence to try Michael Cannell on charges of producing child pornography. Cannell allegedly hid a camera in his guest bathroom, recording a 16-year-old girl that had come to stay in his house back in August. No trial date has been set yet. The Green Bay City Council will remain at 12 members. Alders were presented with 4 redistricting maps this week that included increasing the districts to 13 or 15 as well. Alderman Jesse Burnett likes the idea of a larger council, but felt there isn't enough time to properly debate it before maps need to be approved.
When you grow your representation, you don't grow your government, you grow the number of people serving on behalf of the people. When you grow government, you grow the administration or the bureaucracy. The more people here representing the public, the least number of people that each alder serves, the better, as far as my opinion.
Green Bay needs to submit its redistricting map to Brown County by October 21st. A 20-year study shows Wisconsin's air quality continues to improve. Craig Zarnecki with the DNR says concentrations of most pollutants regulated by the Clean Air Act are decreasing.
The entire state meets all federal standards for particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and lead.
Zarnecki points to cleaner burning and more fuel-efficient vehicles, electric utilities moving away from coal to burning cleaner and more efficient natural gas. The Brown County executive is setting aside $38,000 in his 2022 budget to help non-custodial parents be more successful. Maria Lasecki says it gives them an opportunity to partner with My Brother's Keeper. Studies show that kids do better with both parents are involved in their lives.
But, parents need assistance in doing that. It's not always easy. And sage advice and guidance and counseling is oftentimes necessary to get to that point.
Lozecki adds that in-person classes and instruction will be offered. 9 students have been suspended in the wake of fights at Fond du Lac High School this week. Police had to be called in on Tuesday morning to break up the altercations, while other students were held in their classrooms as a precaution. Superintendent Jeff Flagg says fights stemming from ongoing problems between members of 2 families that started over the summer. One student suffered facial injuries that required medical treatment. The Fond du Lac School District is considering expulsion for those involved. State Superintendent of Public Instruction Jill Underly is calling for an expansion of early childhood programs across Wisconsin. Underly wants to start with 4-year-old kindergarten.
It's a full-day, 4K, everyday option for families. And we need to also think about 3-year-old programming and birth to 3 programming. And so there's some work around that happening.
Underly also worries that school districts will have to make considerable program cuts in the next few years as pandemic expenses continue, but federal relief funding dries up. A Fox Valley Metro police officer denies claims that he shot and killed a man that was trying to surrender peacefully. Sam Peinenberg files a response to a federal lawsuit against him by the father of Edward Lopez, who was shot while trying to flee police in September of 2019. Lopez's father claims witnesses saw his son pull into a parking lot in Kaukauna to give up after a high-speed chase when Peinenberg shot him. The state determined that Lopez had been shot while driving at the officer in a roundabout moments earlier. The lawsuit also names the Fox Valley Metro Police Department and the villages of Kimberly and Little Chute as defendants. No trial date has been set yet. The state plans to spend $80 million to upgrade the unemployment insurance system. Mass job losses during the pandemic revealed deficiencies in the computer system used for filing and processing of claims, resulting in huge backlogs that delayed payments. Department of Workforce Development Secretary Amy Pachik says they will work with Flexion of Madison in updating their systems.
Focus on the introduction of phased software solutions. The solutions will include integration of off-the-shelf software, cloud-based solutions, and custom software development.
The funding for the unemployment insurance upgrades is coming from federal pandemic relief. A New Holstein teenager is seriously injured in a Fond du Lac County crash. The sheriff's office says the 16-year-old girl lost control of her car along Kalmar Road in the town of Techita around 9:30 Wednesday night and struck several trees. She was airlifted to Theta Care Medical Center Neenah in serious condition. Investigators believe speed was a factor in that crash.
Spark innovation across your federal agency with IT hardware, software, and services from Connection Public Sector Solutions. Your technology procurement challenges will meet their match as Connection's dedicated account managers offer exceptional customer service, and our extensive list of supported federal contracts means you'll always get a price that works for your budget. Learn more about innovation for your agency with Connection Public Sector Solutions at connection.com/fedcontracts.